What do you do, everybody? This here is Ninja of Comedy. Oh, wow, that was a very awkward intro, but welcome back to another Redstone video where I'm going to be showing you guys a little something that you guys probably really would want to see, and that's this guy right here. Okay, now I said this is an expandable piece, so here's the smaller version, and then this is the 10-digit input version of it as such. I mean, it doesn't really make any difference. It's built the same way. It can be built on any version. Yes, that's right. It can be built on Java and it can be built on Bedrock. And if you don't believe me, I have done a test on both Bedrock where my friend shows a little demonstration on how this thing works, and I even did a little example of this one as well on the Java edition. Unfortunately, I cannot do the recording on the Java edition because I need a better PC, so I have to do with what I've got, but it doesn't make any difference as to how this whole thing is put together and made. So yeah, if you guys really thought that I didn't really do a whole lot of Redstone work, a little history of me. I've been doing this since 2013. I just don't play Minecraft as much, but I feel like finally I should just, start getting out to you guys a little bit more about me. So, yeah. So obviously I don't have so big of a redstone world, but I've at least been trying at least to put in together a few little things that I think I would really like to do, a few little tests and whatnot such, and some of them are quite useful in such a way, only at least so that way I can actually make use of them in the later time future or such whatever. But that's okay because we're not actually here for any other stuff. We're actually here for the combination lock system. So if you haven't been a subscriber yet, I would suggest you hit that subscribe button and give me a little bit of some support. Sometime I'm going to actually get myself a PC, so you guys are going to be seeing me more on that at least. And not being able to see my horrible green mustache, instead being able to see a new beautiful face of mine. But that's okay. We're not here to talk about my beautiful face. We're here to talk about the combination lock. And also, Mumbo Jumbo, you're welcome. So, as I said, subscribe and hit that like button. If you have not, do so. I'll wait a second. Oh, you hit the like button already? Oh, that's good. I didn't actually mean to do that. Well, that's okay because we're gonna just jump right into it anyways. So I guess let's build a combination lock. All right, everybody, let's bring it on. Now the canvas you're gonna need is a 3x4x10 block stacked on top of a 1x19x10. Now, in case those didn't realize, I've actually made quite a few changes, so it's not like the same as the other one. I hope you guys are prepared for it, though. Don't worry, I actually tested it out on both versions. There's nothing to worry. So how to start this off is you're going to include your inputs. Now for this one, I'm just going to include 4 inputs because this is how I've usually tested out my combination locks, but I can easily make this out to 10, or even if I wanted to, I can even just go as far as, 1,000 and it'd still work. So anyway, for those that don't know the setup, I mean, you should easily be able to find it. But if in case you're too lazy to do that, it's just simply having 4 blocks like so, 2 blocks behind this like so, so you have this little mouse shape, I guess you can call it, and then your 4 buttons like so. Now on the other side, you're going to have your torches, and you just put them like so, along with redstone dust right on top of these, and a line of repeaters coming out from those power sources, and that's pretty much all you need right there. Now we're going to focus on the cryptic part of the combination lock system, and that of course is with the inputs. So in order to do that, you got to first make your trenches, and these have to be 2 blocks deep, or according to Minecraft Wiki, these are at least 1 meter cube. I don't exactly know how they managed to come up with that idea, but it does seem to make sense compared to your character's size and the ground level and whatever. We're not going to judge. So yeah, you're going to make trenches for each number of inputs. In this case, we got 4, so I got to make 4. Now that you have your trenches made, now you got to start working on your combination system. It doesn't actually matter what you use. You can use the default 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use 4, 3, 1, 2. It could be just whatever you want it, as long as you can remember it. I'm going to use the default that I've used in both the Bedrock and Java as my example. So I'm going to use, for instance, 1, which is this first one. I'm going to use plus 2, which is the opposite side. Go over here and then put it right here. 3, which should be right here. And then the fourth one, which is the remaining one. Perfect. So that's pretty much what you are hearing. So I'm going to use the default 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way, it's easy to remember, but for this demonstration. Now for this next step, I would suggest just doing this right away. And that's just to place out your repeaters in line all the way to the other side. So if you have 9 inputs, it has to carry on until the last trench. Yeah, it's quite important. And then when you do that, just simply place your blocks on top of one another until you fill it all the way. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Alright, the most important part about this red circuit is the one that involves the combination inputs. So for instance, we're going to start putting torches on this. This will act as a key function. Key, because we're dealing with a combination lock system. I'll stop. So whenever you have an input, let's say I pressed 1, this first one went off. So whatever is going to be your key, you're going to include torches only on the others and not the one you want your combination key to be. So I know that it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm just going to do this ahead of time because I already know the rest of them. This one's going to be 2, here's going to be 3, and this one's going to be 4. I already know it by memory, but anyway, this is just all you need. And then you take your redstone dust, and this should be powered because the block being powered, and it's going to trail off to right here. And you repeat this for the remaining 3. Now the special thing about the one that's on the farthest left is that when you place a redstone dust here, it's going to power this block, and it'll be helpful for what's going to be happening on the next step. Now that you have your red circuit made, now we're going to work on the blue circuit. So we'll just start off by placing a block on each one of these. This is going to be very important. Let's just start with this one, and then we can repeat it on for the other 3. So on this block, you're going to place a repeater down. And this one's going to include 2 ticks, like so. Now you're going to place a temporary block down and put a block right there. Destroy the other block, and then place 2 redstone torches, one here and one here. Now on top of this torch, place a block like so, and this one's going to include a redstone dust and a redstone torch right on out. Now we're going to create something that's known as an RS NOR latch. For those that don't know what an RS NOR latch is, it's just a locking input or output. So if you include an input power, it'll latch it on. If you have an output power, it'll latch it off. So it's a latch unlatch PLC system. It's quite useful. Now we're going to make this by simply putting a temporary block here and a block next to that. You can destroy this one. Now put a repeater down set to full max. And on this, we're going to put a temporary block here and put one on top of that. Destroy this block, and then you can put down your redstone dust. Now from here, you're going to place down another block just outside of this redstone dust with a torch on it. From this block where the redstone dust is, just put a torch right here because this will come in handy for the next step. And then you're going to grab your piston and place this on top of this torch right here, followed by a sand. And that's pretty much all there is to the blue circuit, and you repeat this for the other 3. One thing I want to mention before we get to the next circuit is that you can use anything that falls to gravity. So sand, gravel, concrete powder, those that can actually fall. It's a block and falls when updated, works. So if you actually like this video so far as what you're seeing, do consider liking. It would be really great. Notice that this concrete block is somewhat matching my facial hair. Kind of weird. Anyway, on to the green circuit. Now you notice that I have more on my hotbar because there is a bit of work on this. So we're going to start by placing a block temporarily here, and then we're going to put a block right here next to that. Break that block, and then we're going to do a sort of T formation with a temporary block in the middle. So we place these like so, and you break this block then. Now you're going to take a repeater and you're going to place this at 4 maximum, and then with another repeater on that, just set to 1. Now you're going to place another block here, and this is going to include a torch right after it. So now when you have your piston, you're going to place it underneath like so, facing downwards, with whatever you're going to use as a source block. It can be, for instance, white concrete that I'm using. It could even be this green concrete. It could be just pretty much whatever. It's just going to be able to transfer redstone power. Now this is what I was actually going to talk about before anything else. When you put a repeater down here, this will update to say that this had been pressed twice. Because if it wasn't pressed twice, then it will only just send out the signal you want. Alright, so you want it to have it right here on 1. Can't have it 2, not 3, not 4. Anyways, let's just move on. Alright, on top of this, it has to be a transparent block. So it can be glass, it can be stone slab. Either one. It has to be something that cannot receive any redstone signal through. Now, this is a very important one only on the Java. For Bedrock, it's not a big deal, but I would suggest, as we're following along, just pretend that you're playing Java. Alright, so you got a block right there, and then you place another block like so, then put a temporary block here, with another block like so out of that, and then you're going to take a redstone torch, place it like so, and a redstone repeater on the other side, full max, with a redstone dust here. And you pretty much repeat this green circuit to the other 3, except the 4th one does not include this piston. In case I just made that sound a little bit confusing, I'm just showing you this, so now you get a really good idea as to exactly what I'm talking about. Now with that said, oh, look at that, I forget one. Huh. Whoops, I was kind of trying to rush this as fast as I could. There is the green circuit. Now we move on to the yellow circuit. In this case, I'm just going to start on this one because this one is just, well, okay, I'll show you guys this anyways. So this is just all there is. That was pretty simple. Now, this is something that can be easily done on Bedrock, but even when you're on Java, you're going to end up like this anyway. So this is just how you want it. Now, let's get on to what is actually needed to be done. So it's going to be the same thing as this one, except you're going to have a sticky piston followed by 2 extra blocks and a block going downwards. Now on this spot, you're going to place a block like so, and you're going to include a redstone torch here. Now from this redstone torch, you're going to trail redstone dust all the way to here so it powers that torch. Put a redstone dust here, and last but not least, a repeater feeding into that source block. And you pretty much repeat this onto this, except you're going to, instead of making the third row 2 blocks back, you're going to make it 3, which is kind of explained in this edge. So I'm going to demonstrate it anyway. So place a block like so, put a sticky piston down, facing downwards, include your concrete. I didn't include the concrete here either. Block, block, and block, with a block downwards and out to one side, and it's going to form this sort of zigzag because there's going to be redstone kind of passing through and through of each other. So it's really important. Redstone torch, line of redstone, just like so. Redstone, redstone, and tuck underneath. Last but not least, a repeater into the source block. And the 4th one is just about the same as the 2nd. The only difference, you're switching the piston for a block. So yeah, you just put a temporary block here, put a block there, remove that block, then block and block, down block, and then another block out to one side. Then you take your torch and you place it in like so, Then you put your redstone dust all the way there, turns that off. Redstone, redstone, repeater, and that's just about it for the yellow circuit. Alright, boys and girls, this one's the big one. Strap yourselves in because we're about to put in all together the reset function, whatever. Anyways, this one's a big one, so you better be prepared for yourself for this. Okay, I know it sounds a little scary because we're in a Halloween special, but just bear with me still. You're going to start off by taking blocks and you're going to run them across like so until you're one block away from here. Now this is quite important because you're going to need a transparent. You can use stone slab, I'll use that for instance, because you can also use glass. It'll work either way. So you're going to need this, and you're going to repeat this for the other three, but we're just going to skip on ahead so I can show you this part. You put a transparent block on the other side of this, just where this is, and another transparent block, say you wanted to have it right on top of that. It works either way with this or even just stone slab. Doesn't matter which. It's got to be so that it does not include power. We'll use this. Just get a little bit more creative to this. Haha, creative. Minecraft joke. From this block, you're going to include 1, 2 blocks on out. This is going to be with your redstone torch. That's going to power that and power that off. Now where you're going to have the real fun come. This is the real fun right here now. So yeah, redstone dust on each of these. Only on the purple. And right here, you're going to include a repeater, set to 2. Be sure to connect these each so that now you have blocks in between each sand. And, okay, now this is the part where things start to get a little weird. Because you're going to do one of these patterns. Block, slab, or transparent, source, transparent, source, transparent. Ugh. Goodness, I was not able to speak at first. Alright, so this is where I'm going to have myself stop real quick just to show you what I'm going to do on this one right here. So you're going to include 2 blocks on this with a redstone repeater and a torch. This is going to feed in like so. Everything should already make sense now. You're going to include repeaters all on the purple blocks so that they all revolve around. Then you're going to take your purple block and you're going to connect these 2. In between, you're going to include a redstone repeater, and then outside of it, you're going to include redstone dust. Now you just complete this. I'll just do this real quick. My apologies if I'm sounding like a little runner mouth, but as I just said, I've not actually done Minecraft tutorials before, so this is actually a little bit of a first, so still bear with me. You should be able to pull through this without any trouble, and I don't think you should really find any trouble out of any of this. So if there's anything that you want me to you suggest that can make this a little bit better, just say so. I don't mind. Alright, so anyway, this is pretty much the whole circuitry for the purple, except for this side. Now we're going to complete this by taking a nice line of redstone from there, just like that, and we're going to do one of those things and have this stuck out just a bit. This is where now we're going to include this block right here. So right underneath this block, we're going to include 2 blocks down temporarily, and the block you want, remove that, and this is going to include a torch. Now we got to invert this. So we're going to take 2 more blocks down, remove the middle, and a redstone torch. Now in the Java, you want to keep away from going near this. And you don't want to go down one more because you will actually power that redstone dust. So here's what else you could just do. You could do one of these, and then include a power source like so. And you can also do one of these, oh wait, wrong way. And then you can also put it like so. That way you have a torch that runs into another torch, runs into another torch, and runs into another torch with a repeater like so. The other option, in case you don't like this method, is you can use observers. And that's just, of course, taking a redstone output or whatever and feeding it into one observer that's going to go into another observer that's going to go into another observer that's going to go into another observer until it reaches all the way to this very top block that you're just going to include a redstone dust on top. So the observer is going to power the redstone dust, resetting everything. Jeez, better have made sense at least. Last but not least, which is probably the most important thing that you're going to need. Now, this is not needed for Bedrock. So if you're playing Bedrock, you will not need to worry because pretty much you're all finished. However, if, say, you're on Java, this is what you're going to need. It's going to be absolutely complicating. So bear with me. That's it. No, I'm not joking. That's actually it. The reason to this is because when this block gets powered, this repeater will power that block and it will cause that bug update to think that that piston is receiving power when it is not. So it is very necessary to have this sort of function. That way, as this is remaining itself off, this shouldn't be able to detect any redstone signal, thus keeping it powered down. Otherwise, if it might also help, you might just be able to switch I haven't even tried this, but switching these for transparent blocks, I don't think that's actually a real necessary thing. But anyway, this is pretty much all you just need. And that's it for the Java version. So, guys, if you really like this, please, as I just said, subscribe, because this is actually quite a project that I worked on, and I actually couldn't believe that I was able to do this on both Bedrock and Java. So if you actually think I was having a little bit of difficulty on Java, you were sort of right. But I easily got the hang of it, because I may not play PC gaming as much as I used to, but I still had the handling of it. And, well, I'm pretty natural at it somehow. So as I just said, it really works. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. So as I was just saying, as I was saying before, it works really fast and it doesn't have any issue as you push in your combination. And the best thing about it is it has this reset function that does a multiple functionality of resetting to ensure that it is fully reset. And of course, you just push in your combination just like so. And there you go. That's it. So if you guys like this video, do as I say, like it, and hit the notification bell after you subscribe. It would be really great to show a little bit of support that even though I may seem a little bit behind, I still show that I have quite the technician on my hand. Well, I guess that shall do it for today. So, ladies, gentlemen, this is Ninja of Comedy. I am signing out, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Smoke bomb!